So yeah, it's an interactive process. The messages that you give your body in terms of what you need, what you want, this kind of thing, in a nutritional, in a spiritual, physical sense, all of it is relevant. Those are the kind of things that your body starts responding to and starts trying to work towards. So if you start lifting a little bit of weight, like this, first day it's like, oh my gosh, what is this new activity? What am I doing? And your whole body can be like, what do I do with this? And then, but it's a message. It's like, oh, well, this is something that the body wants to do now. So uh, let me start manifesting the biology of this organism that is the human body to start being capable to support this activity. So yeah, I'm still working with the video cutoff issue, so I'm trying to come back to where I finished like 3 minutes of the last video. But basically, this is some of what I wanted to communicate today. I hope that it's useful to people on some level. I think what I finished up with was... Yes, okay, so I applied the tactics of addressing my emotional issues in therapy with a therapist that I saw, I think, once a week, sometimes twice, depends on how things were going. And that I found really helpful. I mentioned in a previous video the importance also of going within myself and trying to identify why the behaviors were happening, and that helped a lot. A lot of the things still, even through recovery, it's a most importantly, like beyond even feeling like the weight of, oh my gosh, I have issues I need to solve, and here I am trying to solve them, it was also just coming to love and accept myself exactly where I was and say, you know what, I can spend an entire day, an entire 6 years actually, I can spend forever if I chose to. If I chose to forever try to name all of the negative things that I'd ever done and the ways that I was XYZ negative adjective and why I, quote, could not do XYZ, and just fuel the negative mentality of impossibility and lack of belief in self and lack of faith in the world or others or whatever, everything, then I could stay that way. But I could also choose to say, I accept things the way they are, and I accept that there's things that are my responsibility, and I accept the things that are not my perceived direct responsibility, and that I can love and respect others in my life just the way they are, and that there is in fact a profound importance in being able to do that. And also just situations within the world, one can feel burdened by things that happen in our personal lives or things that we observe, and essentially be fearful, not know what to do, and somehow internalize negativity within ourselves and act out in a way that's negative for our actual physical body. Everybody has their own unique spin on life experience. For me, all of this was kind of relevant. It's my personal belief that people deal with it in similar situations in different ways. Some turn to drugs, some turn to alcohol, which is a drug, but various other addictions, sex, anything, to deal with or to numb themselves from feeling and from facing negativity in a way that ultimately can make them stronger if they just face it. And as I'm saying that, I'm not trying to pass judgment on others, but for me, I'm looking at myself like, I think what is true about others too, about humanity in general. Sometimes we'd rather just put the curtain up and bolt that curtain down with with as many locks as possible to prevent from seeing something inside of ourselves, or accepting something else that's out there, which is still within. All of it's kind of the same. But when we start to Whew, breathe in and say, okay, I'm feeling this way. This is how my life is right now. How can I change this? How can I make this better? Um, and realizing that you can. Realizing that you can, in any moment from where you are, say, this is what I want to do from now on. And remind yourself of that. And also, in addition to holding yourself up to that, like holding yourself accountable to, hey, I would really like to move forward on XYZ. I'd like to do this. I'd like to see my life this way. Relax at the same time. If you fall off the track, if you make mess ups, which we all do, no matter how, you know, it's important to realize that we're not perfect in the sense that we articulate our meant understand the term perfect. We are perfect beings. We are all perfect creations of God. Things are as they're meant to be and are loved just as they are at all times. But the concept of perfect, like lack of sin, lack of whatever, like it's like relax. You're gonna have a day where you feel right on, and you're gonna be completely satisfied with what you judge to be okay in your life. And there's gonna be days where you say, "Oh, well, I won't cuss. Sorry. Oh shoot, I'm not doing what I did." Don't beat yourself up about it, because then you just let yourself fall back. You become a victim of yourself, and it keeps us held back. Um, that was a ramble, but basically the other stuff I was trying to say is